What's up, everybody? Today I am here with Kyle. Kyle is a new grad PTA, and he's here to share his story about how he became a PTA. And so this is the PTA Inspire Series. This is episode, I think, 5. We're already at episode 5. And so these are students who have gone through the board prep program, and they're people that I've really gotten to know really well. I'm really proud of all of them. Kyle is like my biggest hype man over here. He's great. He's just a pleasure to work with. First person I had a phone call with ever. It was awesome. So yeah. So Kyle, just introduce yourself real quick. Tell us a little bit about why you decided to pursue physical therapy in the first place. I like your story a lot. It's fun.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, thank you for having me here. This is a really awesome experience, and it helps me with public speaking, which I do have a lot of fear of. So far everything's going great. All right. So, what got me into PTA school? Well, ever since I could remember, I've always you know had an interest in it. I like helping people, and that's just I was looking for something that I could do on a long term, career wise. Then everybody just kept on suggesting, why don't you do physical therapy? And I just kept on looking at it, learning about it, and talking to people, and it's just seems like a rewarding career, and it coincided with some of my interests. One of them would be, of course, exercising, and at that time we didn't call it manual therapy. We just we just do massages, which I was a little bit I have a knack for it as well. So there were two things I wanted to do in life. One was the army, and to be a part of physical therapy. And doing the army, it has enabled me to pursue my degree in physical therapy. And why I chose PTA, because I just wanted to get my foot in the door as quickly as possible, right after the service. And I didn't realize that to be a physical therapist, you have to go through a DPT program now. Before I was still thinking that there's a bachelor's degree for it, but I was mistaken, and I was fortunate enough to talk to the right people that actually sent me my way to Casa Loma College.
Now, I forgot to totally tell you this. Thank you for your service, Kyle. I feel like I've never actually thanked you for it. I'm like, thank you in my head. But yeah, no, Kyle is a very hardworking dude. He is very motivated. He's organized. He gets down and does what needs to be done. And it's just impressive to see you do that. And yes, for those of you who might be listening to this who are like either pre-PTs or pre-PTAs, DPT is now a doctorate degree. So you need 3 years at least of undergraduate, or a 4-year degree of an undergraduate, and then go into 3 years or 2 years of DPT school. So it's a little bit longer journey for individuals, but just wanted to let you know. But for PTAs, it is an associate's degree. So it's like 2 to 3-ish years, right?
Yes, ma'am, depending on how soon you want to get it done.
How soon do you want to get it done? Mine was accelerated. It was 1.5 years, and that was a lot.
I think mine was about the same as well. We did 5 semesters. 1 semester was fully for the clinical rotations, and the other 4 was like we're dealing with like 3 subjects per semester, something like that.
Oh yeah, we had to learn a lot anatomy in like 3 weeks, and I was like, oh god. But yeah, so you made it across the finish line. You are a licensed PTA now out in California. You're doing your thing with all your patients and stuff like that. So what do you feel was your biggest struggle, fear, or obstacle on your journey towards becoming a PTA when you were studying for the boards?
For the boards, the first time I attempted the boards, I was all over the place. It wasn't really my studies were not structured. I would attempt to read topics, but then I would move on to a different topic the next day. So it really, I was able to learn a little bit here and there, but the information was not solid. I didn't I didn't learn it as much as I could. So that was a problem there. And at that time, I was working with a PTA status, and I just got excited working. I wanted to keep on working, and my schedule was 4 10-hour days. So after work, it's like, uh, um, I don't have the energy to study. I just want to, prep up for the next day. So I did a lot of things that didn't really help me succeed the first time. And plus, I don't have Briana and PTA elevation to, I think that if I had her the first time, it would have been a different story.
Well, you found me eventually, and I think you wouldn't have, like, I think it was the perfect timing from when I was starting up and everything that you ended up finding me. So it worked out perfectly well. I mean, unfortunately, you had to wait 3 more months to get your license, but hey,
I
the
actually
timing aligned.
I actually was told about you maybe a day before the board exam. My friend Samson, he showed me some videos, your Instagram videos. Like, oh my God, I wish I had this at the beginning. Yeah.
So for those of you who are like not wanting to have to take another exam, make sure you at least hit me up in some sort of way. Follow my stuff. Got a lot of stuff out there. And if you need extra help, hit me up about joining the prep course. So you found me through Sam. Sam is also another one of the students who is in the prep course. Sam is great. Really nice guy, and he was always on top of things. He was all like, hey Brie, there's a mistake in this video, or hey, you didn't upload this thing, it's still sitting in a draft. And I'm like, oh man, this kid is on top of things.
He did
But
so well after going through your program. He did so well. That was like almost close to 100-point increase to his board exam score. That's just amazing. And
he didn't tell me this.
when,
Sam, if he's
well,
watching this, I'm coming for him. I'm gonna tell him
sorry, Sam.
afterwards.
Sorry, Sam. I wish. Anyway, yeah, that Sam is just amazing. He's dedicated, but what is just the person that we had at that time wasn't, that's enough of that person.
You find the right person for you, and anybody who's trying to figure out what kind of course they want for studying for the NPTE, do your research, look at everybody's stuff. Something that's good for one person might not be good for another person. Just make sure you do thorough research on whatever prep course you're trying to, look into, and you will be led to the one that will help you get over the 600 mark. That's what I always tell people. So what do you feel like we did at PTA Elevation? Once I say we, it's literally me. how did PTA Elevation help you specifically? Like, what was the thing we did that helped you the most with your NPT studying?
Well, your videos, the way you teach has I guess for me, a very simplifying effect that I would be intimidated by certain subjects, especially cardiopulmonary. But once watching your videos and it's all there, it's like I can rewatch it over and over again, and that was great. It just helped solidify that information, and of course, how easy it is to reach out to you. And I would apologize if I was sending you messages over the weekend. I think I've done that a few times, and you were just so you were kind about it. I think that was the number one, the way your attitude basically on how you deal with your students, which was a great help.
That was really nice, Kyle. That was so nice. Yeah. And so for anybody who's sending me DMs or whatever, or messaging me on either the weekend or in the middle of the night because of the time changes, don't worry. I got good boundaries and I got do not disturb on. I'll answer you when I'm able to, and I'll give you a good answer, because that's the thing. I want to make sure I give you a good, solid answer. And I understand it's not just the information that you're learning. It's you're a person who's trying to study for this exam. You got all those other factors going on. It's a holistic approach. I care about you as a person, and I don't care just about the scores on a piece of paper. So I appreciate that you kind of noted that out. Oh, that was really nice.
It was just a pleasure. Yeah,
It's a good time. I have great students in my course, guys. We have a great time. It's a good group of people. I enjoy every single one of you. You guys have become friends over time. You guys are really awesome. So tell me, this is the most important question. Tell me about the day when you opened the FSBPT website and you saw your big pass circle with green check marks.
That was one hell of an anxious day. I'll be honest with you. I've been checking that at 12:01 a.m. Actually, before that, I couldn't sleep. It's like, well, I got to work later, so might as well just sleep now. So I've been checking every hour until was like 4 p.m. I was at work, and my buddy told me it's posted, and he said it passed. And I looked at mine. I was at work, so I just did. It's like one of the, one of these, and I told the PTs there, and they were just happy for me as well. It was just I couldn't scream at that time, and I just asked my supervisor, the clinical director there, sir, is it all right if I just take a few minutes? And he knew how excited I was, so he just, yeah, go for it. Yeah. So everyone was happy. My patients were happy. They've been on this journey with me as well, because they met me when I was still a new graduate, PTA status, and they knew that I was taking the board exam. So those who knew and cared enough, and they were just happy for me as well. It's just a wonderful experience. I wanted to cry, but I can't. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't. So
That's literally the same. Like, that's awesome. And I screamed for you. I don't worry. I was like, let's go. Everyone's like sending me in their circles. Like, and I try not to do it because I know it's not healthy, but I become like an empath on the day where like all of the NPT results come out. And I'm like as anxious as you guys. I'm like celebrating if somebody tells me, oh no, I didn't pass. I'm like just as sad as them. Like that is a day that I see so many people pass and I just get so excited. I'm so proud of all of them, especially all you guys. Like you guys, I was the most anxious. Like people are writing on Instagram, like I'm so happy for them, but I'm like waiting for you guys. Sitting there like on the edge of my seat, like, come on, let's go. And you guys all crushed it. You guys absolutely crushed it.
yeah, and me and a few buddies, we had our study sessions as well. So we're taking the lead from from PTA elevations, the subjects covered there. Then of course, it also helps to get more resources as well. It's just, if you need help, just ask for it. If I could, you know, s- I would be more than happy to share study guides with anyone who's taking the board exam, even people I just met that I would give them, hey, would you like a study guide? I just want to help them, like how much you've helped me, you know, share it. What's the term? Pay it forward as well, I think.
Put good karma, good vibes out into the world.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, actually, I did run into a student that was, well, she just graduated and she's about to take the board exam, haven't taken the law exam yet because at that time she just got her authorization letter. And I asked her, do you want any study guide on the law exam? If you do, just write down your email. I'll send it to you as soon as I get home. And I did. And, yeah.
That's awesome. And if you're earlier on in your journey towards becoming a PTA, some states require you to take what's called a jurisprudence exam, which is a law exam. California is one of the states that requires that. I believe Florida as well. There's a couple other ones. I live in Pennsylvania. It's not required here. But for those of you earlier in your journey that might be listening to this on the podcast, just letting you know, double check if that's something that you need to look into when you do graduate. Because some people don't know and it sneaks up on them.
Yeah, I think the schools are now more aware that helps them set it up as well. All right, right. Give some reminders. My school did the same thing for us. So I was able to attend my law exam and the board exam on time. So we had a path. It was already scheduled. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you went to what was the name of your school again?
the name is Casa Loma College here in California. It's in Van Nuys. So yeah, good school.
Nice. That's awesome. So what would be the one piece of advice you would give any PTA student who's preparing to take the NPTE?
Yeah, I was thinking about this. If I could keep the focus. I mean, it's great to work with a, with that PTA status, but don't forget you're studying for the board. Make time for it. That is number one priority. I mean, you can work crazy hours as soon as you get your license, but get that license first and ask for help. Ask for help. It's I don't know how many people have passed the board exam doing this stuff on their own, but if you need help, ask for it, reach out, and people will be happy to help. People like Briana is amazing. So you get all this support system, utilize it, make time for the study. Just give it your all, do the work, and you will be okay.
I think that that's great advice. And I think the license that you're talking about was your temporary license, correct?
Yes, ma'am. That PTA status, so it allows you to work, function as a PTA therapist under the direct supervision of a clinical physical therapist. So it gives you more freedom to do, basically a lot of what the licensed PTA is able to do, just as long as it's, you have the supervisor there or a licensed PT.
Yep. So just keep that in mind. You still have to pass the boards, even if you're acting as a PTA, because if you, for some reason, don't pass the boards, that gets swiped right out underneath you, right?
The day itself. Yeah,
Yep.
that thing is taken out, and it's a one-time thing. Even let's say you pass the board, it can be reinstated again. It's a one-time thing.
So keep that in mind with your studying. That's another piece of advice to kind of weigh your options when it comes to that. It might be better and save you a lot more money to just work a little bit, study for the board.
Save yourself from the heartbreak. Oh my God. I just wish everyone who takes that board exam would pass the first time. I really don't want anyone to go through not getting that past result on the FSBPT.
I agree. So thank you so much for your time, Kyle. It's always so good talking to you. You're so much fun to talk to. You're so nice. Again, if anybody wants to reach out to you or ask you any questions, where can they find you?
I guess just the Instagram, or I can have Miss Briana post my email as well. I mean, I always answer there, and I'm just happy to help as well.
And what's your Instagram handle?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What's your Instagram handle where they can find you?
You know what? I am not sure. I think it's Kyle Jarrett. I'm not sure.
It's something like that. It's like Kyle Jarrett. I'll post it in the comments down below of this video, and then in the show notes when I post this, either on YouTube and podcast. So thank you so much, Kyle. It's been great talking to you today. Thank you everyone for watching and listening in. And Egan's hyping you up in the comments.
Thank you, Egan. And Ms. Briana, always a pleasure seeing you. Thank you for having me. And I've said this before, time and time again, that me with this license would not be possible without you.
Oh, thank you. You put in the hard work yourself. You're the one who sat for that exam. Don't ever forget that. But I'll take it today. I'll take some credit, just a little bit, because I know you want me to.
I would be upset if you don't take any of the credits. Like, take it.
Okay, I'll take a little bit. I'll take a slice.
That is awesome. Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.